I have the pleasure here to be with Nigel Finn, who is Technical Director and responsible for research and development at the Chord Company. And we've had a very good discussion today about custom-made cable and high-end cable and the technical capacity that Chord puts into its cable. And yet, one of the subjects that's around in the market today is wireless. So maybe you can give us your opinion on the wireless technology, where it sits today, and some of the problems that could actually create in a family home.
Well, as a cable company, wireless is something we have to watch very closely because at some stage it must pose a direct threat to the very being of the company. As things stand, wireless is primarily a convenience for people at the moment. It's a very popular thing in multi-room systems, and it saves an awful lot of work with pre-wiring or wiring existing houses. So one can see it from a convenient point of view extremely well. However, we deal with hi-fi, and our objective is to make hi-fi sound the best we possibly can. That's why we develop cables. One of the problems that wireless has is that inevitably it compromises audio quality. On top of that, you have a situation whereby if you do have wireless speakers, by their very nature, they will need a power supply, and that means that there'll be a mains cable there. Whilst there's a mains cable there, we can supply speaker cables like the Chord Roomer, white with an overall diameter of 6 mm, and yet with an amazing current carrying capacity. We can offer truly discreet, high-end, high-performance cables that are more convenient, easier to wire, and easier to hide than the cable to a wireless speaker is.
Well, we were talking before about the other second after effects of the cable and the frequencies and the different frequencies in the house that may be causing other problems and also interference with actually the music.
This is a subject right on the edge of hi-fi, really, which would be the fairest way to describe this. But increasingly, people are finding themselves made ill and unwell by unwanted frequencies around their house. So this is something that people need to bear very much in mind. There's been a great deal of fuss about Wi-Fi and Wi-Fi around schools. There's been a great deal of fuss about mobile phones. There's been a great deal of fuss about the high frequency effects of various microprocessors within a house. So we have to ask ourselves really, do people want to introduce yet another source of potential interference into their house, because that's what they'll be doing with wireless speakers. Is the convenience really worth that?
I mean, you're also talking about a test that you did, putting in a filter for very high-end frequencies, and the feedback that you got actually from some of your retailers and the people that actually use that technology.
Our product range is based on a lot of research into the potential effects of high-frequency interference. This started off with high-frequency interference on music, but fascinatingly, we found that not only did music sound better, but that some of our retailers reported back that they found their den rooms more comfortable places to be.
Because of the filters?
We think because of the filters and because of the shielding on the cables.
Nigel, it's been fascinating to talk to you about this. Maybe we'll do a sequel to this sometime soon as the WAF factor and the woman acceptance factor builds in the market. But I think the discrete custom installation method is the valid alternative for high-end and high-quality sound today.
I think it's worth remembering that whilst the wife acceptance factor has to be taken into account, this is a company run and owned by a woman. We make cables that are very, very domestically acceptable, but will still produce high-fidelity, high-end sound.
That's great. Nigel, thank you very much for this opportunity. Looking forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you.